And we've got 3 more days of softball coming your way, wall-to-wall coverage on the ESPN networks. Starting bright and early tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. with the defending national champs, Florida State. And then Florida State, Oklahoma on ESPNU tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
So when you look at the 16 teams that are here, there aren't many bad games. There's no bad games. Come on, it's softball in February on television. You gotta love it.
Here's what Kaylee did against Grace Baldwin.
Off-speed pitch on the outside corner, and she just goes and gets it, drives it out of the park. This Oklahoma team, we've talked about how much talent they have, those seniors in the lineup. So much success throughout their career. Their leadership abilities helping pave the way for all the young athletes that are stepping in.
Cece came to the plate 4 times earlier today, reached base on all of those, a couple of walks, the home run, and a triple. Doing just what you want your leadoff to do.
Well, when you have a leadoff that gets on base but also hits for power, when you turn the lineup over, there's no rest. It's not like, oh, there's a slapper, so we're just going to, you know, play appropriately. When your leadoff hitters are hitting the ball out of the park, you're going to be happy.
There's head coach Patty Gasso, now in her 25th season, the Hall of Famer with 4 national championships, several other trips to the finals. How about that on-base percentage? Perfect so far today for Clifton. 5 for 5. The book on Alexis Holloway, making her 3rd start of the season.
Holloway, she's crafty. She's not going to blow up past you. She's in the low 60s. She has great spin on the ball. She's really working for those ground balls and those pops up. So one of the things that's going to be really important for that Notre Dame defense behind her is to make sure they are positioned well. So what does that mean on inside pitches? That left side needs to make sure they're covering that 5-6 hole. Everybody has to be on the same page knowing where she's locating her pitches.
(1-0) to Jocelyn Allo, where the Fighting Irish picked to finish 2nd in the league behind Florida State this year. The Sooners, again, the favorites to win the Big 12 for an 8th straight season. To Allo. Let's see how she responds to the last 2 at-bats of that Kentucky win. A pair of strikeouts looking.
And I think she was guessing a little bit. She got herself in a position, a couple of off-speed. She was fooled on him. I liked what I just saw there. She's ahead 2-0, an off-speed pitch is thrown at her. She stayed back on it. She went for it, fouled it off. But what that does to a pitcher's mentality is that when you know when a big home run hitter sits on your change, you're like, ooh, I may not throw that again. Or if I do, I'm going to throw it at about 40 feet, not 43 feet. I'm going to bounce it in. See if she can play a little bit of cricket.
Allo draws the walk, so 2 on with nobody out.
Now batting for the Sooners, number 2, the 3rd baseman,
Sydney Romero, who hit a 3-run home run in the win earlier today. Followed that up with an RBI double in the 6th inning. Just a monster year last season. 395 batting average, 12 home runs, 61 RBIs. Tried to lay down the bunt there, foul. Grew up in the shadows of her sister Sierra, blossomed at Oklahoma, winning national championships as a freshman and a sophomore. Down to 3rd, stepping on the bag for 1. Rochford over to 1st, double play.
Now
And that's textbook Holloway in the circle. That's exactly what she's looking for. Low in the zone. She gets the hitter to top it. Ground ball to her infield. Rockford across the infield for that double play. It's a huge 2 outs for Notre Dame.
With Hollow in scoring position, this is Foley of View. The RBI single in the 6th inning ended the game against Kentucky in run rule fashion. That's in for a strike. 1-1. Missed away, 2-1. Good off speed. 2-2.
That flip change, throwing that pitch in there. She'll throw an off-speed drop as well as that changeup. So throwing 3 different speeds.
A View waits on it and drives that one into the gap in left center. And the Oklahoma Sooners will take the early lead as Allo comes in to score.
So much discipline throughout this Oklahoma lineup, waiting on off-speed pitches. It's that same pitch. It's low and outside. She keeps her body on and through the ball, and that's the key. This pitch on the outside corner, it's diving away from her as it's slow, and she stays through it. She drives it the opposite way. That is textbook hitting on a really good changeup pitch low in the zone.
The View's good day continues. Her 3rd double of the season for Fale, and an RBI pickup there.
The way her eyes are right down on that ball. That ball is really what we like to call in the river. It's a good pitcher's pitch, but when you're pitching against a lineup like Oklahoma, good pitcher's pitches a lot of times get hit out of the park or into the gap, and as we just saw.
There's Grace Green, who moved up in the order after the Kentucky win. Had a double, went 1 for 3 this afternoon. 5 RBI already on the year in 6 games. Up again, 3-1. And grabbed at third by Rochford. Busy on the hot corner, makes the play, and a run across for Oklahoma. Notre Dame picking up the bats against G. Juarez. 1-0 lead for Oklahoma as they strike quickly. And we move to the bottom of the first time up for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Looking for their 2nd top 5 upset of the season. And they will try and do it against G. Juarez, the junior transfer from Arizona State. The starting lineup for the Fighting Irish brought to you by St. Pete Clearwater. Allie Wester, one of 3 sisters to suit up for the Irish, and Bonamy, who had the big weekend last weekend, And yes, Quinn Biggio is the daughter of Baseball Hall of Famer Craig Biggio. He's in attendance. Spring training just underway around the Grapefruit League. Still with the Astros. Downstate, right? West Palm. You got the Phillies right here in Clearwater, up in Dunedin, Toronto, and then the Yankees across the bay in Tampa.
The Tampa Bay Rays are just a little bit south of here, obviously.
Katie Marino in foul territory with the pop-up, and a nice catch made by Clifton. One down. A lot of eyes on G. Juarez after the big transfer, the All-America first-teamer last year who had 26 wins and helped the Sun Devils get to the Women's College World Series.
Juarez with a lot of great movement, as most lefties have. She likes to work that curveball and a rise on both sides of the plate. She mixes speed. She's got a good and off-speed pitch that she'll like to dump in. With that curveball, it looks very similar. It's almost like an off-speed curveball. We saw her throw that last year at the Women's College World Series.
Sun Devils went 0-2 and ironically were knocked out of the tournament by Oklahoma. G decided she wanted to look elsewhere to continue her career, entered the transfer portal, and found a home with the Sooners. Allie Wester, the senior out of Huntington Beach, California. Helped the Irish get to an NCAA regional last year. Still looking for that big breakthrough moment in the postseason to get into the Supers. They've got an experienced team this year. Under Deanna Gump, now in her 18th season in South Bend. Fly ball out to right. 2 down. Took it last season, Juarez.
We talked about that curveball, her ability to spin the ball, the rotation. She's going to run it away from the lefties. A rise ball, she's going to throw that on the corner, in and out to the righties. But look at the movement. The ball's going to start lefties and almost run away from, so it'll come and throw at the front hip, and then it'll bend back into the corner. So she throws that curveball on both sides. She'll run it away from you. She'll throw it back door to you. Just lots of great movement. And kind of fits it right into what Patty Gasso has used to win national championships over her career.
A long line of lefties dating back to Jennifer Stewart in the 2000 championship team. This is Caitlin Brooks in the 3 spot. Senior out of Southern California, where the Irish have done very well on the recruiting trail. Four years in the starting lineup for the Irish. Fouls that one back.
Pretty impressive anytime you can do that at a Division I college. You come in, you own that position as a freshman, and then keep that consistency through your career. It's a lot of hard work and dedication.
Juarez coming in on the hands again, fouled off. Waited on that off speed. Full count.
I think the Oklahoma infielders wanted that as much as G did. Pitch on the
Yeah.
outside corner, just missed.
Draws the walk with 2 outs.
Now batting for Notre Dame, playing third base.
Now, Juarez still trying to work through some stuff. I love the pitch location, those last 2 pitches on the outside corner, because Brooks was stepping in the hole. So when you see that from a hitter, you have to attack that corner and you can't miss it. Basically, the hitter's giving you that spot. You have to be able to take advantage of that. And I think when Juarez is sharp, she does. She's still working through some stuff, Coach Gasso told us, trying to get settled into the pitching rotation.
Just joined the team and started practicing with him in January. And of course working with the new pitching coach, Jen Rocha, now on Patty's staff. Blows that fire. 0-2. Rochford, another Southern Californian in the lineup. All SEC second teamer a year ago. In foul territory, on the move, and Jocelyn Allo makes the play. 1 runner standing. Side retired 1-0. OU on top. The lefty from Southern California in Huntington Beach out there in left field.
That's awesome. Growing
Lefty
up
at
wanting
the
to
plate, I should say.
Yeah. Wanting to grow up and be like your big sisters.
There, Carly was fantastic here, a 2-time All-American for the Irish. Shea Knighton 6, 7, and 8 for the Sooners. Shea, the most outstanding player of the Women's College World Series 2 years ago. Went 0 for 2 earlier today, was hit by a pitch. Numbers in the power were down a bit last year, and a lot of that had to do with the aggravating knee situation that she's had to deal with. And yet she still managed to hit over 350.
For power. Braceness. It's not just her front knee, it's been both knees, so she's had issues with.
And to the point where you pointed out earlier today, Michelle, she doesn't even wear cleats. She just wears regular sneakers for extra padding.
And that's tough, I tell you. There have been many times that I've hit just with sneakers on, and you can tell a profound difference because you use, you really dance with those feet. You really drive off that back leg into that front foot, and if there's any slippage or movement, it just takes your power away, and that's part of the reason some of her power numbers have dropped throughout her career.
3-2 pitch, waits on and lines it out to center, and a base hit for Shea Knighton.
Holly? Well, as you're talking about those knee injuries, the back knee, as she's in the batter's box right there, she has had that right knee surgically repaired before, but she's wearing a big heavy brace on the front knee, the left knee underneath her pants. She doesn't want to really go in for full restorative surgery right now because she wants to go out with this senior class that has a chance to win their 3rd national championship. So she's literally gutting it out. But right as Michelle said, her power numbers have gone down. I thought that power looked okay. I mean, not judging Michelle, but that was a pretty good hit.
It was a pretty good hit, Holly Rowe. And I love the way that she controlled her body and her balance on the off-speed pitch. And it takes leg strength to do that. A lot of times to hit a changeup, we talk about squeezing our legs together, our quads together to help keep your weight back. She does that. That's hard to do when you have bad knees.
She can re-enter college softball. You can get replaced once and come back into the lineup. So her pinch runner here is Audrey LaValle. The other thing that's so great about a senior like Shea Knighton, you turn right around and you talk to Grace Green, the freshman behind you in the lineup, and give her some tips on the pitcher, Alexis Holloway. Drops down the bunt. Holloway's only play is to first, and it's a good sacrifice, one down.
Now batting for Oklahoma, the catcher, number 22, Lindsay Elam.
Lindsay Elam is their new catcher this year, the sophomore from Chickasha, Oklahoma. Chance to pick up an RBI right here. Fouls that one back out of play.
Again, a note for fans, please return foul balls to a volunteer staff member or the announcer team.
Oh, 2 blocked in the dirt and sliding in safe at third is LaValle.
Great reaction by LaValle, seeing that ball down on the ground, getting away from Grimm. The catcher immediately takes off, goes to the back side of the bag. So that ball down, immediately she sees it. Grimm, good job to pick it right back up. Throw a little bit inside the line, goes to the back of the bag, so it's a longer tag. Gets in there safely.
Down and in to get Lindsay Elam, 2 down.
Now batting for the Sooners, number 3.
Now we've got the 11 teams in the top 25 rankings that are here with us at the Invitational, and Tennessee making an appearance. Ralph and Karen Weekly. They're in action tomorrow, taking on the Fighting Irish at 10 a.m. on ESPNU. And then Florida State, Oklahoma, and Texas LSU. What a great day for softball on the U tomorrow. Tennessee with Aubrey Leach. And that pitching combo of Maddie Moss and Kaylin Arnold.
That's a program that I think a lot of people have expected to go to the Women's College World Series the last couple of years, and they haven't made it. They've had a little bit of a drought.
They got a great recruiting class coming in next year. The good group this season. They're excited. Oh, no, and there's Holly Rowe going over to.
Holly Rowe's going to get the scoop.
Holly wants to produce what would be one of the great reality shows in American TV history if we could get a camera in the household of Ralph and Karen Weekly.
Would that be a comedy or
it would
a
be.
drama?
It would certainly be just that.
Let's
I'm on
do a
TV
little
right
reality
now.
Thank
TV
you for that
right
heads
now.
up.
Yes.
The reality TV is, tell me, you just came from where?
We just drove in. We drove halfway yesterday and then practiced this morning at Valdosta State. And then the bus dropped us off here and took the girls to eat.
So you literally just came right here to the ballpark.
Came right to the field. We're going to charter home on Sunday night, so they'll feel like they're living in luxury on Sunday.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for joining us here. We're happy to see you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I love being here. It's great to see you, too.
They're great. They've been to this tournament the last couple years, and they bring a whole host of fans. Just a lot of fun when that Lady Vol Nation shows up to support their softball players.
Lyons draws the walk, so the bottom of the order making some noise here for Oklahoma, and they turn it over to the top. And the red-hot Kaylee Clifton coming up. Of course, Tennessee and Oklahoma with some history. That epic National Championship Series in 2013. The Sooners topped the Lady Vols. Lauren Chamberlain with a big home run in extra innings in the Champ Series.
That game one was epic.
Oh.
Maddie Shipman with that
Yes.
home run shot. And
Maddie's sister now suiting up for the Lady Vols. So here we go, runners on the corners with a couple of outs in the top of the order. And the Sooners threatening to bust this one open. High to Clifton. She is 3 for 3 with a couple of walks on the day. She has reached all 5 plate appearances. Two and one. She check it? Nope. 2 and 2. Count runs full and uncontested down to second base goes Grace Lyons. So LaValle, the pinch runner at third. Lyons now at second. Full count with 2 outs.
And Alo on deck.
Don't want to load him up for Jocelyn if you are an opposing pitcher.
Well, that's a conundrum when you're in the circle. You know, here's Clifton hitting 500. Alo's just at a 471 clip behind her. And Clifton, as you mentioned, she's got 3 home runs on the year. Alo looking for a first.
Puncher out, strike 3. Big get for Holloway.
Holloway working the pitch on the inside corner, gets the big punch out of the inning.
One of the best hitters in the country.
Alo launches one. Hello, goodbye. Just some of the players to watch on the road to the Women's College World Series as we welcome you back to opening night of our ESPN coverage here at the St. Pete Clearwater Elite Invitational presented by Wilson. MK Bonamy to start things off for the Irish, 5, 6, and 7, facing G. Juarez and trailing 1-0. Limiting the damage, though, in both the first and second innings as the Sooners were threatening. And the Irish wouldn't budge. Senior from Hoover, Alabama, who had the big hit in their win, the upset of Washington last weekend. Some upsets last week. Arizona lost twice. The strikeout of Bonamy. Indiana beat Georgia last week. South Carolina lost twice. Another look at the K for G.
G got all that spin going up in the zone. It's a little wiggle up, a little wiggle back into the zone, and the swing and miss.
Laying down the bunt, but it goes right to the first baseman, Grace Screen. 2 down.
Now up for Notre Dame. The right
Deanna
fielder,
Gump
number
has the
15,
Fighting Irish in the top 25. Coming in number 24 this week. Over 700 wins. That's tops in Notre Dame softball history. And been to the NCAA tournament each and every year. This, as you were talking about earlier, Michelle, this is a confident group. This is a senior-laden team. They've got some good young arms that they have to work into their pitching staff, the experience around them and behind them.
Well, with that senior class helps with the maturity, the confidence for those younger arms to realize that, hey, if we get down by a run, you know, it's not Mount Everest. Just keep plugging, put some runs up on the board. And nowadays, most teams know they've got to swing the bat. They've got to put 3, 4, 5 runs up on the board to stay in games, no matter who's in the circle.
And another punch out for Juarez. Couple of strikeouts in the inning. 2 complete. And Oklahoma with the 1-0 lead. And a couple of Ks for G. Welcome back to the 2019 St. Pete Clearwater Elite Invitational, presented by Wilson. Gorgeous day by the bay here in Clearwater, Florida. The St. Pete Clearwater Elite Invitational, presented by Wilson, and a 1-0 lead for Oklahoma. As we head to the top of the 3rd inning, Jocelyn Allo set to lead things off here, 2, 3, and 4. They have already left 4 runners stranded through the first couple of innings. Allo scoring the only run on the RBI double from Fale Aviu.
First 2 innings, Oklahoma's gotten the leadoff hitter on base. Moved her into scoring position. And even though they've got the double by Aviu to knock in Allo, they haven't had that one hit that just bashes in the runners, hence the 3 lobs.
Hot shot to short, and Biggio stays down on it to make the play. 1 down.
Now batting for Oklahoma, the 3rd baseman, number 2, Sydney Romero.
Sydney Romero grounded into a double play back in the 1st. Chopped to Rochford, who stays down on that one. 2 out.
Now for the suitors, the left fielder, number 34.
Quick work of the 2-3 hitters. There's Patty Gassel. 25 years at Oklahoma, over 1,200 career wins. 5 trips to the finals with 4 national championships. And as you look around the country, Michelle, probably 4 teams, you would just say, that right now, starting out the year, look awfully good. Oklahoma, UCLA, and then Florida and Florida State. Off to strong starts.
Very strong starts, and you have to talk about Washington, Texas. I mean, this is going to be a fun year. And you know, I feel like over the last 5 to 6 years, we've seen more of that parity, more teams that compete. When you get to Oklahoma City, there used to be days when you're like, okay, more than likely these 2 teams are going to be in the champ finals. Now it's tough to pick. I mean, last year I would not have picked Washington, Florida State, and there they were.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Well, it looks like the SEC at the top could be very strong again. Arizona looking sharp.
Alabama
Got
some good.
Can Alabama and Michigan bounce back?
Yep.
I think those are 2 big questions.
Big questions. Programs with so much history and expectations.
Yep. And Aviu draws the 2-out walk. 7 different champs in the last 10 years, and 5 of those programs winning it for the first time. Coaching changes, big news at Oregon and Texas. 7 player transfers combined between those 2 schools as a result of the changes. And exciting news surrounding the growth of the game. New stadiums, renovated stadiums, bigger stadiums to watch the sport as the ratings of our ESPN coverage continue to climb.
And the number of games, over 1,200 this year on the ESPN Families networks.
A lot to follow too on your interwebs. Got ESPNW here with a presence this week, covering the sport throughout the season on the road to Oklahoma City. High fly ball and foul. Holly?
Well, speaking of stadiums, I wanted to give a shout out to Clearwater. The Parks and Recs people right here have donated over $1.5 million to improve this facility so that we could have this tournament here. And I don't want to be ungrateful in any way, but the stands have been packed since 10 a.m., so we might need a bigger stadium. I'm just saying
more
for the future, because the fans have packed it in here. It's going to be standing room only. So thank you, Clearwater. It's a beautiful facility. Thank you.
Kevin Dunbar and the staff at the Parks and Recreation Department within the city of Clearwater have done a great job. The Visit St. Pete Clearwater, which is the county, everybody working together to make this happen. Obviously, ESPN Events Group putting this event on. So there's a lot of people working very hard, upgrading this facility that then the community gets to capitalize. The Clearwater Bombers Youth Program gets to play in this. Clearwater Bullets. I mean, this is a area of the country that's very rich in both baseball and softball history. I mean, ultimately, I would love to build a 3,000 to 4,000 seat stadium, expandable to 10 in the outfield. That's ultimately my goal for the young girls that play this game. I mean, we're at that point with our sport that this sport deserves it. So we just have to get the backing of our communities.
Smitty Stadium? Is that?
No, no, I don't want my name on it, but you know, I want to be able to see kids playing it because that's where we are, and that's the natural progression of things. We see it with boys and Little League. We see all these great spring training stadiums that communities spend millions of dollars on. It'd be nice to see, other than Oklahoma City Hall of Fame Stadium, it would be nice to have some other really nice parks for events like this to be held at.
1-2 pitch off the glove of Holloway, and everybody will be safe for the Sooners. Trying to rally on two.
Ball hit hard right back up the middle, and Holloway's going to reflect it just a little bit. You can see the second baseman coming in trying to scoop that up. Mario, though, just can't get it in her glove. And a view does a good job of getting out of the way, staying out of the way. But remember, once it goes off the glove of a defender, it's all fair game.
Shay Knighton, hard single back up the middle in her first AB.
And so let me explain that, Beth. When I say when it's fair game, it would not be obstruction or interference.
Yes.
Correct.
Kind of like a deflected or a tipped pass in football. Anybody can go for it.
It looks like Patty Gasso coming up and re-entering Shay Knighton. Shay steps up, and
it's early in the season for everybody. Getting back into the rhythm, into the routine.
Oh, the management side of it, you know, that's one thing we still have in our game. We are coaches and managers, and in Major League Baseball, you have a manager who manages the team, manages the lineup. You have the coaches that are hitters. I mean, look at her; she's managing.
She's got the sheet. She's still trying to memorize it all.
So that's that's probably the biggest difference between the diamond sports and baseball and softball is that as a head coach. In softball, you are coaching, you are managing, you are doing all of that. There's a lot of moving parts.
(2-0 to Shay. 2-1. Put me in, coach. Let me play.
Isn't there a song? Isn't there a song about that?
The re-entry rules in softball are so much
broader, I guess.
Yes, more liberal than in baseball. Come and go a lot more often, which I like. Keep the stars in the game. Keep them on the field.
Absolutely. Well, and it gets more people in the game.
Yeah.
You know, you're not as hesitant to not pinch run for somebody or not give somebody an at bat.
(3-1). And the full count.
doing a good job on that inside corner to righties. We talked about how she's crafty earlier, and as long as she can locate that pitch on the inside corner and continue to change those speeds.
A couple of base runners in each of the first 3 innings for Oklahoma, but only one has gotten home. Knighton reached for that one high out of the zone and dropped out in shallow left field, and a run will score. Handcuffed Wester coming in to try to make the catch.
Well, and I think that's a situation where the defense needs to communicate a little bit better. I'd like to see Quinn, the shortstop, you know, you can see her going out, and she immediately gives way to the left fielder, Wester, who's playing deep. Now, Wester is the senior. She should have absolutely had that ball. But depending on the wind and the way the ball is spinning, you have to communicate through that ball a little bit longer. Make sure that ball is caught.
Well, and that could end up being huge, because not only does a run get in, but now 2 more in scoring position for Reagan Rogers. Rogers stays away from the change. One pitch. Two and one. Holloway. Can she work out of a jam for the 3rd time? Not a lot of speed, by the way, at second base with Knighton out there. If it were to come to that. As Holly Rowe was reporting, you can see that brace under the pant leg on the left side. Reaches for it outside, down to second. Marino has it. Side retired. One more run in for Oklahoma, and again the Irish limit the damage.
A very special moment about to happen for Notre Dame softball. Quinn Biggio is in the batter's box getting ready to hit for the first time here tonight. And her brother, Kevin Biggio, is a prospect for Toronto. He's actually here in the Clearwater area playing for Toronto in spring training. This is the first time he's ever seen his sister play for Notre Dame.
Hallie's taking pictures of it
so
in the batter's box.
First time he's ever seen her in uniform. It's so cute that he took time to come over from spring training in Major Leagues to watch his little sis.
And his dad was behind him checking out, making sure the picture was good, was a good one. Great stuff.
I love the ball, you know, the bat and ball family. So we talk about Wester and her sisters, and you know, just so many families that play the sports and take after mom and dad. And that's what's great. We have a generation now of young ladies that are following also in their parents, their moms' footsteps as Division I ball players.
The freshman from Houston, Texas. Went 1 for 5 last weekend in her debut with the Irish. Out there starting at shortstop tonight. And a strikeout victim of G. Juarez as she faces the All-American in the circle. One down.
The pitcher, number 24, Alexis Holloway.
Well, the pitcher, Alexis Holloway. highly recruited coming out of high school, the Indiana Player of the Year, won one of the National Player of the Year awards, and was pretty good in her debut. Was on the All-ACC freshman team last year. Went 1-1 last weekend and was credited with the win over Washington. Couple of strikeouts for Juarez, 2 down.
Juarez starting to find her groove with that rise ball up in the zone. Not afraid to bring it underneath the hands of the righties. You can see the rotation, the spin. Look at the way she's going to get underneath this pitch. And this one on the outside corner, but not afraid. We talked about how she's not afraid to use both sides of the plate with that pitch. So she'll come underneath your hands. It's a perfect example. First pitch, come right at your hands and not afraid to dance it around, pop it back on the outside corner and get you to swing through it as well. Backdoor curveball, so just starting to look a lot sharper now. You can kind of see the way the last inning, she had 2 of the 3 outs via the K and 2 strikeouts in this inning so far. Working ahead, locating pitches.
Fouled off by Holloway. She has now struck out 4 of the last 5 in the lineup. Fouls that back and out of play. Stays alive again. Play.
Juarez takes a little bit off that last pitch.
Missed that up and in. 2-2. Terrific fight right here from Holloway, as it has cooled off a little bit. Oh, excuse me, Katie Marino, my bad. And Juarez finally got her. 3 strikeouts in the inning, all smiles for Patty Gasso, and she'll chat with Holly Rowe when we come back, probably talking a little bit about G-Money.
Patty Gasso, with a long conversation with your team right then, what was the message you were trying to share with them?
Well, I think the Notre Dame pitchers doing a very good job of getting us to chase things, and we're really getting ourselves out. So it's more about being better hitters, sticking to our game plan versus surrendering and rolling out to third base. So.
Okay, good. G. Juarez, you're getting a good look at her tonight. She just fought through a really hard final at-bat there and got the K. What did you see from her fight right there?
I saw her just keep trying to set up for the change, which she executed fantastically. So she's getting better with every pitch of every inning.
Well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Holly. Yeah, Patty Gasso, if she can get G. Juarez up to speed quickly, that will be huge for the Sooners. Got a pinch hitter coming up here for Oklahoma, and that would be Aaliyah Flores. She will hit in the 8th spot in the order.
Well, one of the things that, Patty, when she spoke with us, it was about her ability to use multiple arms and multiple times throughout the game. The starters, the mid, and the relief, or the closer role. And when you have both left and right, now you're really asking your opponents to prepare for a lot of different things because you don't know what arm is being thrown at you. A lot of adjustments you have to make as an opposing offense.
Flores had a pinch hit single in their win over Kentucky earlier today. Goes up there aggressively, taking a hack at the first pitch. Down to third, Rochford does a nice job, scoops. Fires the first one down.
Exactly what Patty Gasso said. We have to make adjustments.
Yes.
We can't keep playing pickle with the third baseman. And so that's, as an offense, that's probably one of the hardest things to do on a multiple game day, and we saw this a lot in international play. You'd be facing someone who's throwing the ball 70 miles an hour at you, and then the next game you could be facing someone that throws 58 and is nothing but spin and junk and off speeds, and the ability to make those adjustments from game to game or inning to inning is really important.
Lions walked back in the second. 1-1. Two and one. .75 pitches now for Alexis. Deep fly ball to left. Back it goes and gone. The number 9 hitter, Grace Lyons, with a solo shot.
Lyons, a freshman shortstop, her second home run of the year. Anchoring down, filling the big position defensively, and then, oh yes, offensively, I can hit him out of the park too. And then, oh yes, offensively, I can hit him out of the park too. And then, oh yes, offensively, I can hit him out of the park too. And then, oh yes, offensively, I can hit him out of the park too. This very strong Sooner lineup gets a pitch on the inside corner. Takes this pitch deep, 220 feet. Coming in for a landing.
And a pitching change as a result for the Irish. We'll take the break and be right back. 3-0 OU.
Tid with the ability to move the ball around. She's not going to blow it past you. She's in that low 60s. Lots of good spin. Works more down. We'll get the rise ball up in the zone to try to get hitters to chase.
Fourth appearance of the season, has given up 6 earned runs in her 8 innings of work so far. Kaylee Clifton a single and struck out looking. First time today in their 2 games that she has not reached base. Just missed on the river? Or is that the Intercoastal here playing in Florida? Remind me to save that one for TV, too.
There you go. That's a good one.
1-1 the count. How about that from the youngster? From the inside to the outside for the strike.
Taking a little bit off it. 54 miles an hour with that off speed.
was able to hold up on it, 2-2. Drop right down in front of the plate. The throw down to first in time from Shelby Grimm.
Nice job by Shelby Grimm to pop out from behind the plate. Great execution to pick the ball up barehanded, rifle it down to first.
Right fielder, number 78, Jocelyn.
Sometimes this is a tough ball to get to for the freshman. She pops out, picks it up bare hands, immediately guns it down. Clifton runs well from that right side. Great effort.
So with 2 outs, it's Jocelyn Allo, a walk and a ground out for the first team All-American last year. Healthy hack at that one from the rookie.
Big key right now for Allo is that she does not have a home run yet this year, and she can't start to press.
Maybe trying too hard on that swing, you think? Yeah.
I don't mind that swing when it's a pitch. First pitch, that's a strike. That pitch a little out of the zone, and she chases it up. But this is going to be the progression for her, is that 30 home runs as a freshman, nobody's going to give her a whole lot. She's going to have to learn to hit a ball off the plate for a home run, and that's what Lauren Chamberlain did.
High pop up. Marino. Side retired. Grace Lyons with the home run to add to the Oklahoma lead. And we'll hear from Deanna Gump from the Fighting Irish. After this, the long ball from Lyons. 3-zip Sooners. Let's see if they can get the bats going here, because G. Juarez has really locked it down. She has struck out 5 of the last 6 she has faced, but here come the Irish with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Allie Wester flew out to right field back in the first. Not foul on the bunt attempt. A walk for Kate Brooks back in the first inning. That is the only base runner for the Irish the first time through the lineup.
She's really picked it up, as you mentioned. She struck out 5 of the last 6. Just her ability in the second and third inning to turn it on. Her rise ball looks like it's exploding up through the zone. And it's interesting because when you look at a pitcher like G. Juarez, she looks like she's thrown 68 and she's thrown 62. And that's really what you're looking for, that ball, the way it spins. The spin and the rotation is what makes it look like the velocity is there. It's a lot like Kat Osterman, but in reverse. Kat Osterman's a lot, obviously, down in the zone with her drop ball.
And there's the first hit of the night for the Irish. Right back up the middle from Wester.
Now batting for Notre Dame, the designated player, number 16, Kate Brooks.
Kate Brooks ready to step in, and she'll get her second look at G. Juarez. This was her in the on-deck circle just a minute ago. Little air guitar. Who amongst us hasn't done that in the on-deck circle with our bats? Guilty. I'm guilty.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to. It looks like she was playing on a little Scorpions, Led Zeppelin, something a little hard rock, classic rock.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
ZZ Top.
Heavy. Well, let's see if the Irish can make a little noise. Kate was their best hitter on their opening weekend, hit .333 with a couple of home runs. Drove in 4. Fouls it on a play. Irish have a quick turnaround, by the way. They'll be back tomorrow morning to play Tennessee at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPNU. So the nationwide audience tomorrow for the Lady Vols and the Irish. Here are the co-head coaches of the Lady Vols. Look at that lineup for a February Florida State, Oklahoma, and Texas LSU. Deep to center, back to the track, and the Irish have made this a one-run game. A two-run shot for Kate Brooks, who stopped running on the way around the bases to make sure that that one was out.
Went off of the fence over center field and popped back in. I think she just looked up and saw it on the grass and wasn't sure. Look at the way she steps in the bucket, though. Looking for a pitch. Front foot down, clears the hip, gets the hands through, and just mashes that ball out of the park. That's a miss by G. West. Look at there, she's confused. Wait a second. I could have sworn I tattooed that.
There was no doubt about it.
No. Boom, off of the screen.
Third of the season for Brooks, and we got ourselves a ball game. Off the glove of Juarez, and that's trouble. Infield hit for Rochford. Tying run on base, the go-ahead coming to the plate for Notre Dame.
No, and this is what Coach talked about, you know, just being able to swing the bats. Whereas throwing some good pitches, laying off of the ones that are out of the zone and barreling up the ones that come through it.
Anna Grace Wagner will come on to pinch run.
Number 17, Anna Grace Wagner.
And it's M.K. Bonamy.
And now batting, number 28, first baseman M.K.
Juarez
Bonamy.
struck her out in the second. .273 on the season with a home run. Chased it. 1-1. Juarez trying to settle it down. And the throw down to first, and it goes all the way out into right field. Good backup by Allo, so the runner, Wagner, will have to stay.
Little miscommunication between Grace Green, freshman at first base, and Elam, the sophomore, behind the dish for Oklahoma.
Grounded to second, over for one, and the double play. Terrific flip, Clifton, the Lions to Green.
Lions, the freshman, really strong over the top throw. Clifton with all that experience, those two middles working together, getting it done. So Clifton going to pick up that ground ball and immediately, no hesitation, knows that she's going to get it over to Lions. Great flip, little bit off balance. Lions able, look at the way she's going to grab this ball off to the side, immediately right back over the top for the release.
Abby Sweet now the batter. Big play for that Oklahoma defense after the Kate Brooks two-run home run. Popped up, Romero with room. Side with side. 3-2, Oklahoma with the lead over Notre Dame as the Irish tighten things up. A two-run home run for Kate Brooks. And no breathing room now for the Sooners. 3, 4, 5 coming up. Romero, Aviu, and Green. Sydney looking for her first hit of this game. She had a home run and 4 RBIs in their opening win against Kentucky this afternoon. Facing Peyton Tidd, who came on in relief in the last inning. He induced a couple of outs after the Grace Lions home run. Romero got under it. And out in left field is Allie Wester, one down.
Now batting for the Sooners, the left fielder, number 34, Lima Aviu.
Pauley Aviu, the RBI double in the first, walked and scored in the third. Part of the story tonight for the Sooners, missed opportunities. They've stranded five lobs tonight and have had multiple opportunities really to knock it open.
Oh, it's that big hit. You got to have them when the folks are on base. The home runs are awesome, the solo shots, but it's hard to win high-scoring games with solo home runs. Well, you just have to hit a lot of them. Yeah, good at math.
Not very.
Not very.
Here's the 1-1 from Peyton Tidd. Two and 1. Grounded to first. Bonamy. 2 down.
Now batting for Oklahoma, the first baseman, number 21, Grace Green.
Peyton Tidd has retired the first 4 that she's faced. Here comes Grace Green. A line out and a single tonight. Outside corner. One and 1. Three and 1. And the walk with 2 outs to Grace Green.
Now batting for the Sooners, designated player, number 17, Shea Knighton.
That'll bring Shea Knighton to the plate with a base runner. senior against freshman right here.
Tid so far, the way she's been pitching in this game, I know last weekend got roughed up a little bit, gave up quite a few earned runs, but so far tonight against Oklahoma, she's really controlled the zone. She's been close. Her pitches have been competitive. Even that last pitch that was a ball 4 to Green, in a good spot. She's working ahead. And that's the stuff you want to see as a coach when you put your young freshmen out against a team like Oklahoma. Those are the little victories pitch by pitch that you're hoping that they can accomplish in an outing like this.
And she quickly gets ahead in the count, 0-2. Knighton drills it foul. It's been an active dugout scene here at the St. Pete Clearwater Elite Invitational, presented by Wilson.
I think the teams are just as excited to be here as we are. That's right. I know the fans are.
Nationwide audience.
Yeah. Well, part of it too, I think some of these teams are coming out of 20-degree weather. They're just happy to be on dirt. It's not frozen.
Off the end of the bat.
Tid throws that changeup just enough. 52 miles an hour comes in. Looks similar to some of her other pitches that are in the low 60s.
Two and two. Looking for the gap, and she's got it all the way to the fence. Knighton extra bases. Grace Green headed for home, and the RBI double for Shea as the senior wins that battle.
And that's how quickly things can get away from you. As a freshman, you learn that scoring at this D1 level can happen that quick. A 3-2 count to Grace Green. She doesn't get the call. She issues a walk, and then Knighton, the setup pitch was an off speed, and then Knighton stays on a pitch that's on the outside corner, looking for it, keeping her eyes and her hands back to drive that ball the opposite way. So Shea Knighton getting it done, even with the knee issues she's been battling. That double, first of the season, takes that off-speed pitch the opposite way.
And that is launched deep to left. Two-run home run, Reagan Rogers. And it all started with a 2-out walk.
Rise ball up in the zone, and how do you hit it out? Reagan Rogers is just going to hit it and bash it from high to higher. She doesn't try to get on plane with this. She gets under it and ball angles this out. Look at the way that ball is just launched out of the park, and so that angle off the bat, not trying to get on top of it and hit it down, trying to drive it out of the park. She does just that. The senior, Patty Gasso, said she was challenging for that center field starting position.
Deep in the hole, Quinn Biggio makes the play. Peyton Tidd was cruising, 2 outs in the inning, and then the walk to Grace Green, the RBI double for Knighton, and the 2-run shot for Rogers.
Rogers getting it done. The rise ball, taking it from high to higher. A 2-run shot.
Beautiful sunset on the beaches of St. Pete and Clearwater here at the Elite Invitational. And the response from Oklahoma with a 3-run 5th inning to counter Notre Dame's 2 runs. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 7, 8, and 9 coming up in the order. Clark struck out looking in the second. In fact, the bottom 3 in the Notre Dame lineup all were strikeout victims of Giselle Juarez back in the 2nd and 3rd innings. They finally got to her in the 4th on the Kate Brooks 2-run home run. Juarez with the nice backhand and the underhand toss, one away.
Now batting for Notre Dame, shortstop, number 4, Quinn Biggio.
Quinn Biggio, a strikeout victim in the 2nd. Dad and brother looking on. See how she fares the 2nd time against Juarez. Couldn't hold up on it, 0-1. Change up this time. Down in the dirt, 2-1. Two and two.
Nice rise. As we get late into these games early in the season, it'll be interesting to see how the legs a lot of these pitchers are. Are they still able to get underneath their rise balls? Are they still able to control the zone late in the game? I think we're asking that question. I know a lot of coaches are waiting to see as well.
Got her, 2 down.
Now batting for Notre Dame, number 14, the pitcher, Peyton Tidd.
Juarez will go up in the zone, and then she'll also throw that pitch a little bit lower, so it's got great spin. Look at the way she's going to get underneath. This is more of a lower rise. It's got a little bit of lift, a little bit of curve on it. Likes to throw that pitch on the outside corner or the arm corner to righties.
6th strikeout for G. Juarez. Alexis Holloway. First at bat here for Tidd, coming on to replace Holloway. In the foul territory.
Fans to please return all foul balls to a volunteer staff member or the announcer's tee.
A big advantage for Coach Gump to be able to have two pitchers that are able to hit. So Holloway could start the game, Tidd can come in relief, or vice versa. And you don't have to play with the lineup a whole lot. It makes a big difference when you have the ability to do that with pitchers that are more utility players or hitting pitchers.
Strikeout number 7 for G. Juarez. 3 up and 3 down. 5 complete. And a 6-2 lead for the Sooners. Already now with 15 runs. They've hit 4 home runs today.
Well, they've scored 4 runs in the last 2 innings, and the first 3 innings they had 5 lobs, 5 left on base. I know Patty Gasso was probably talking with them saying, look, we need to get the clutch hit. It's great we're getting on base and we're making things happen, but if they're staying out there and they're not touching, you know, you got to, in order to score, you got to touch all 4. If you're not touching all 4, it's not really doing us a whole lot of good. So
fly ball back to the track, out and right, and the catch is made by Emma Clark. 1 down.
Now batting for Oklahoma, the second baseman, number 20, Kaylee Clifton.
Back to the top of the order. Clifton a single, a strikeout, and then a ground out. Another fly ball induced. Couple of catches for Clark, 2 out.
Now batting for the Sooners.
one thing the Sooners typically do so well on an outside pitch is their righties will typically stay on top of that ball and drive it hard. They've been getting under it just a little bit, front shoulder flying, and that's inducing that pop-up. Although I can say officially I think she's pressing just a little bit. That's an off-speed pitch. She's fooled by it. And she's going to see a lot of balls. So the position she's going to be in all year long is to be patient.
Like discipline, right?
Discipline
Like
and patience.
It's happened to all the
Absolutely.
great power hitters over the years, from the Lauren Chamberlains to the Stacy Newmans and Crystal Bustoses.
Yes. Discipline, patience, and then the ability to hit a ball off the plate. The ability to hit a ball out of the zone, whether or not it's low or high, in or out. And so her last at-bat, we saw that. She popped up to second base, and that's a ball that was up in the zone, and she didn't get under it and hit it out of the park. Her angle coming into that ball was not severe enough, and that's what induces the pop-up. So that as a hitter, as a power hitter, knowing what you can hit, what you can launch, and what you can't is going to be huge for her.
Works a count to 2-2. Chop foul. They'll come back tomorrow afternoon, a 1 o'clock game on ESPNU with Florida State. And then they will play Saturday morning against Hofstra. Full count. Knocked down by Rochford, but Allo safe at first. And the infield hit for Jocelyn.
Rochford playing deep behind the bag. This ball off speed. She's in front of it just a little bit, but because of her power, she's able to get it past.
Number 11, Nicole Mendez.
Mendez will come on to pinch run. Allo can re-enter. Got the all-freshman battery right here with Tidd and Grimm behind the plate. Romero hitless so far tonight. Skies that one out to center. Sweet is there. And one left on for OU to the bottom of the 6th, and a 4-run Oklahoma lead. Spring. And the Noles are back for more, and what a game we've got coming your way tomorrow at 1 Eastern on ESPNU. Florida State and Oklahoma, winners of the last 3 national championships. And it will start at 10 a.m. on ESPNU with Tennessee and Notre Dame. Also LSU and Texas tomorrow afternoon. Shannon Sale is the new pitcher here, on in relief. So close the book on G. Juarez with her 7 strikeouts and 5 innings of work. Second appearance of the day for Shannon in the circle.
Talking about Florida State and Megan King and that outstanding Women's College World Series, she's also very instrumental in community service and giving back. She's a nursing major and hopes one day to work at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. Set up some visits. Some of the athletes were going down there. Take a look at Sale. Nice rise ball in the inside corner. Good jump and giddy up. So back to Megan King and her ability to help rally a group of athletes together to go down and visit those sick children.
They were visiting kids, right? Today?
Correct. Today they'll be going
local hospitals.
Going back out tomorrow, and that's another part of this ESPN event is that community involvement. You can see Texas is there, Oklahoma State, LSU, and of course Florida State. That's head coach Lonnie Alameda and Megan King, of course, who spearheaded all of that in the front right-hand side, getting the girls together. So I think it's pretty special, a nursing major someday wanting to work at that hospital with sick children and getting a group of athletes together to go down there and raise the spirits of those young children that are sick and hoping someday to maybe live their dreams out on a baseball or softball field.
Great to see for these student athletes. This is Allie Wester in the 2 spot in the order. Fighting Irish are down to their final 5 outs here. looking for a second top 5 upset of the season, but they're up against it now. Down 4. Wester draws the walk.
And I think this is the reason we're seeing Sal again, is that Patty Gasso, Coach Rocha want to see Sal come in and be a little more consistent. She picks up a great strikeout, the leadoff batter, but then she comes back and walks the next. And junior college transfer, but still different levels, learning what you can do and what you can and can't get away with.
Was there a tag applied on the way to second? Yes, there was. Double play, Clifton. And the defense behind Shannon Sale. Does she get the tag of the base runner right there on the slide by and the throw over to first? 5th inning, and Reagan Rogers with a runner on base launched this one out. A 2-run home run. And that's why she's the offensive MVP, brought to you by Wilson. And helping Oklahoma to jump out to the 6-2 lead, trying for their second win of the day. And trying to get to 7-0 on the season.
I think that's just a great story. Patty Gasso was talking about Reagan Rogers coming into this tournament, that she's a senior. She was a walk-on as a freshman, and now she's fighting, to try to earn a starting spot in center field. She has a couple of games already, but just shows the dedication and hard work pays off.
4, 5, and 6 coming up here for Oklahoma in the top of the 7th. Fale of you. RBI double back in the 1st inning, walked and scored in the 3rd. In for a strike. Peyton said that just ran into some trouble there after the walk. And things were going smoothly, and then the hard hit ball from Shea Knighton, and then Reagan Rogers with the 2-run home run.
It was a 3-2 walk as well, Beth. She was 1 pitch away from getting out of that inning. I remember my freshman year. I think I had 5 losses on the year, and I think 4 of those 5 losses came down to 1 pitch. If I should have thrown 1 pitch differently, and that's how you learn. You learn by your mistakes when you're young.
It's in for a strike, 3-2. In her 4th inning of work tonight. And doing it against one of the best lineups in all of college softball. So that's the challenge. Fouled off by Fale. Got under it. Out in center field, sweet. 1 down.
Now batting, Sooners at first baseman, number 21, Grace Green.
Grace Green with a single has reached a couple times tonight. Grimm tried to frame that one. 2-0. That's a strike across the corner, 2-1.
Nice drop on the outside corner. She's locating her pitches. I think I can see her being successful. She continues on that road of really locating the pitches, mixing the corners up, mixing her speeds. And those two pitches back to back are a good look. So she'll come in with that hard drop at 62 miles an hour and then come in with an off-speed drop at about 55 miles an hour. She just pulls that up just a little bit.
Three-one to a view. Slow roller to Marino. 2 down, and Oklahoma will send up a pinch hitter here. It looks like Kylie Lundberg will bat for Shea Knighton.
Now batting for Shea Knighton, number 27, Kylie Lundberg.
Senior out of Lakewood, California. Right down the line and snagged by Bonamy. 3 up and 3 down. Last chance coming up for the Fighting Irish. Work of Giselle G. Juarez tonight. Our defensive MVP brought to you by Wilson. Smitty with the 7K wave.
Well, they call her G, but they ought to call her K.
Oh!
She gets them forward and backward. That rise ball just hopping through the zone. She moves the ball very well, but she loves to sit on that outside corner to righties, inside to lefties. Great rotation and spin, and that's why she has those 7 strikeouts in those 5 innings. Just that one blemish, the home run given up for 2 earned runs. And Juarez looking good. I like the way she got stronger as the game went on.
And only 75 pitches, so both G and Mariah Lopez plenty well rested.
Yep.
The decision for Patty Gasser. Who do you throw tomorrow against Florida State at 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPNU? Our number 2 versus number 3 showdown. Last chance here for the Irish. Rochford, Bonamy, and Sweet due up. It's 4, 5, and 6. Get out of play.
Again, a reminder to fans, please return foul balls to a volunteer staff member or the announcer team.
2-2, Shannon Sale on here in relief in her 2nd inning. Rochford showing some good fight at the plate. batter to chase. One down, second strikeout for Sale.
The Irish, the first baseman, number 28, MK.
There's a look at the lineup tomorrow, and it is fantastic. Day 2 on ESPNU. Notre Dame, Tennessee, Florida State, OU, Texas, LSU. Starts at 10 Eastern.
That'll be fun.
It's been a great opening day for
Yeah.
ESPN here on our road to the Women's College World Series, and Day 2 shaping up to be even better. We've seen LSU and Texas winners this afternoon. Oklahoma beat Kentucky earlier tonight, and now the Sooners trying to go back-to-back and beat Notre Dame. Irish have 2 chances left here in the bottom of the 7th. Way out of the zone, Bonamy chased.
South continuing to throw some velocity. Expand the zone.
And then took some off. 2 down.
Third strikeout for Sal.
Now batting for the Fighting Irish, the center fielder.
She uses the rise ball as a setup and then comes right back with this over-the-top off speed. Love that rotation and the way it's going to just make it dive down into the dirt. So hard as the ball is lower for the hitter to identify the off-speed pitch.
Abby Sweet is 0 for 2 tonight. And now they're down to their final strike. Oh-2 from Shannon Sale. In foul territory. And out of play. Another 0-2 pitch coming. Called strike 3. Sales strikes out the side to end it. And the Oklahoma Sooners go to 7-0 on the season as they beat Notre Dame 6-2 the final.
Notre Dame.
Powered by Reagan Rogers, 2-run home run, a Grace Lyons solo shot, and a good start for G. Juarez. Action gets underway tomorrow at 10 a.m. on ESPNU. Notre Dame and Tennessee, followed by Oklahoma and Florida State. Thanks for joining us. So long from Clearwater in the St. Pete Clearwater Elite Invitational.